Today, the Ghostbusters News Halloween Countdown continues as we take a look at the brand new action figure box set from Hasbro entitled Tully's Terrible Night. Hey everybody, Jason here of GhostbustersNews.com, and as always, Ghostbusters News right here on YouTube. And yes, today, I'm pumped. I'm excited. I hope you're pumped and you're excited because we got Tully's Terrible Night, the brand new action figure box set from Hasbro right now in hand. That means today we're taking a look at a Rick Moranis action figure, and you know, those things just don't come along every day. So let's not waste any time. Let's get into the review here. First, taking a look at the packaging. Now, the outside of the box here actually does come with a slipcover that you can see right now. The slipcover features the kind of like khaki style design that we've seen on all the Plasma series figures up to this point. With the zipper, the no ghost patch, we also have the Ghostbusters title that looks like it's like actually stitched into the uniform. That's a pretty cool effect. And the name patch on the bottom right hand side with Tully's Terrible Night Plasma series. Turning the box around to one of the sides here, we got this great image art here of an animated Louis Tully with a doorway behind him. Really kind of dig that simplistic art style. And taking a look at the other side of the packaging, we've got some line work over here that depicts a proton pack. Moving the box around to the back here, we've got really nothing at all there. We got some copyright, of course we got some black and gray caution striping, and the no ghost patch. So let's go ahead and remove the slip cover here and just see exactly what's inside. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. As you can see, this features window packaging, so you can actually see both Louis and the Terror Dog inside. So if you're an in-box collector, this would certainly be great for display. Now, I'm not an in-box collector, and that's actually kind of a good thing in this case, because as you can see up here in the corner, it looks like my figure pack here got dinged while it was being shipped to me. I can't slight Hasbro for that. I gotta put the blame squarely on FedEx for this one. But like I said, I'm an out-of-box collector, so I really don't care about that whatsoever. Taking a look at the side of the box here, oh, this is actually really, really cool. We have got, once again, Louis Tully with the Terror Dog actually bursting right through the door. So once again, this is what the packaging looks like with the slip cover on it, and this is what the packaging looks like when you take the slip cover off. That is so cool that Hasbro actually included like that, I don't know, I wouldn't call it really an Easter egg, but you know, somebody was paying attention in the design department, and yeah, kudos to Hasbro on that. Taking a look at the back of the box here, we got a couple of cool images here. One thing showcases Louis with his helmet accessory, which actually looks really good from the image here. Of course, we're going to give it a closer look when we take it out of the box. And they've also set up this really, really nice shot of Louis running away from the Terror Dog in New York City. Seriously, Hasbro, your design team, your photographers, really whoever was responsible for like putting this box together, they deserve a raise because this thing is a thing of beauty. Just sad that I'm gonna have to tear into it here in a couple seconds and take the figures out of it. All right, so I got the core figures out of the box here. We got this like really cool like image work behind the figures of like Gozer's temple and such. But once again, my fixation here is the figures, so let me find some scissors, cut into these guys, and get them totally out of the packaging here. All right, so I got the figures out of the box here, and I gotta say, I think this is probably my favorite Louis Tully figure to date. Which is actually saying something because Louis has had some actually really nice action figures released in the past from Mattel and Diamond Select Toys. And we're gonna do a comparison between the three figures here in a couple minutes, but for the time being, I wanna go over this Hasbro release. So first of all, we got the face, and to me, that screams Rick Moranis. And if it isn't evident by his red eyes and his disheveled hair, this is Louis when he was actually possessed by Vince Clortho later in the film. Now, much like the Egon Spengler figure in the Plasma series, his glasses are actually molded directly onto the head sculpt. And I gotta say, I just really love the expression he's making here. Now, looking at Louis's body here, I absolutely love the way that the actual clothing hangs off of him here. We got that yellowy orange kind of undershirt with the pop collar there. We got the blue shirt, which is of course untucked on the one side, much like it was in the film. And like I said, I just really love the detail work here with all like the folds in the actual cloth. And that detail work when it comes to like the clothing and like the cloth and how it folds and everything does extend itself to the arms as well. Now so far my only real nitpick when it comes to this action figure is the blue shirt. Well, I love like the mold work on it there and how it looks. In the original 1984 Ghostbusters film, the shirt actually had lines on it. They were faint, but they were still there. Hasbro's action figure, there's no line work whatsoever. It is just a blue buttoned up shirt. But like I said, so far, that's really my only nitpick. Now taking a look at his legs here, he's got some brown slacks on with a darker brown belt and some dark brown shoes. Now the articulation is exactly the same to what we've already seen released in the Ghostbusters Plasma series line, so I'm not going to bore you with that. But I do want to call out just how short Louis is here. Don't believe me? Well, let's bring in the gatekeeper to go along with this Keymaster. I mean, just look at the size difference here. I mean, this is accurate to what we saw in the film. Rick Moranis, he's a little dude, and this action figure is a little action figure. So yeah, I like the fact that they once again sized him perfectly, correctly, and you know, he is not the same size as like Venkman or Ray, or as you can see right here, Egon. There is a noticeable size difference between him and the other figures. And being that we have Lewis right next to Egon there, we might as well start talking about Lewis's accessory, which right here is the colander helmet. And for the colander, it's actually really easy to put on. It's kind of a semi-soft like plastic. You just put the strap on his chin, put a little bit of pressure there, and there we go. Colander is now on Lewis. And I love the fact that Hasbro included this with this box set here, because you can't have a Lewis Tully figure without that colander helmet. I think it's time for a bit of a comparison here, so let's actually see how the Hasbro Lewis Tully stacks up against Mattel and Diamond Select Toys releases. Right now, from left to right, we got the Mattel figure on the left, Diamond Select Toys in the middle, and then Hasbro's on the right. And while I think there's actually redeeming qualities with each figure here, I gotta give the nod to Hasbro on this one here. I think their face sculpt looks most like Rick Moranis. The sculpting, especially on that shirt, is like leagues above the other two on the Hasbro release. Like honestly, if Hasbro's figure had the stripes on it like Mattel's, it would be the perfect Lewis Tully. And if you're somebody who actually collected the Mattel line and you still have them, well, you'll be happy to know that all those accessories with the Mattel figures will actually work with the Hasbro figure. So, you know, like this Terror Dog head there can actually go on top of the Hasbro Lewis Tully. Once again, the Terror Dog head is from the Mattel Lewis, and then we've got the action figure there from Hasbro. So you can certainly mix and match your action figures and accessories if you want to when it comes to this Lewis figure. Now, Lewis doesn't come alone. As I've mentioned before, he comes with a Terror Dog of Vince Clortho. Now, if you checked out our review of the standard Ghostbusters Plasma Series figure as well, we've already taken a look at this figure. You see, it was released as part of that line as a Build-A-Figure. When you bought Peter, Ray, Winston, Egon, Gozer, and Dana, you were able to build your very own Terror Dog. And the Terror Dog that comes with Tully's Terrible Night, the box that we're taking a look at today, is identical. It's got the exact same body, the exact same mold work, and the exact same head. And the fact that both of the Terror Dogs are the same, that's a little weird because, well, in the movie, the Terror Dogs are actually different. When it comes to their appearance in the original Ghostbusters film, Vince Clortho and Zuul actually have different horn structure. Well, when it comes to this action figure, once again, it's the exact same, so the horns on these figures are the same. Meaning that right here, we have got two Vince Clortho Terror Dogs. Now for some, I know that is going to be a huge make or break when it comes to this set. And I gotta admit, it is quite weird that that Build-A-Figure that was released in the original line wasn't a Zuul Terror Dog. Especially considering there was an action figure of Sigourney Weaver as Dana Barrett as Zuul in that line. And while I wish one of these had like the horn structure of Zuul, it's not really honestly a big deal for me. Yeah, I would like to have had like some distinction between the two, but I'm still going to display them, you know, next together, and they are going to make a really, really nice display piece. Now when it comes to the actual figure, I do want to express that I really do love the sculpt here of the Terror Dog. Its actual frame is huge. The detail work on the side here, I mean, you can look at like the wrinkles and the veins. And I love the fact when it comes to the face, you can have the mouth both open and closed. So that does it for our look today at Tully's Terrible Night, the brand new Ghostbusters box set from Hasbro. As always, be sure to subscribe to Ghostbusters News right here on YouTube. Bust that little bell notification icon to stay up to date with everything that's happening in the Ghostbusters world. If you'd like to help out Ghostbusters News, we do have a Patreon page. Link to that can be found right down below in the description. And I will see everybody right back here next time.